What's up, guys? Hi, Thumos, and welcome back. It is my opinion that these dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, if you're gay, Grinder, all of this stuff is crippling you as a man. Okay, and here's why. Listen, delete that shit. That's what I'm here to tell you. If you don't agree with me, oh man, it's just I don't have the time to meet women. I don't know where to go to meet women. You're damning yourself. Okay, you are damning yourself as a man. You are limiting your power. You are putting a cap on your potential, and you're settling for less. So I'm here to just tell you what I believe. And if you don't believe with me, that's fine. Just leave a dislike and tell me to fuck off. All right? But I see way too many guys that are using these dating apps. And first and foremost, listen, you got to consider what type of woman even needs to use a dating app in the first place. And so here you are, swiping. Oh, look, I got a match. Swipe. The woman is doing the same thing. Now tell me, what type of woman actually needs to do that? What type of valuable, quality, beautiful woman actually needs to create a profile, take the best angles of herself, and then put that out there for other guys to see, and then go on there and actually do it herself? And so you limit yourself. She never actually gets to see your personality. It's all based off of shallow looks. It's all based on this shallow profile that you set up for you. Okay, so your personality never has a chance to come through. You never actually have to need to worry about your personality. You have some half-baked, witty thing that you put, maybe you saw somewhere else, it worked for someone else, they told you to do it, you put that up in hopes that someone's going to give you a match. So first, consider what type of women that are on these things, and they're B-grade women, because the best women out there in the world do not need to use an app. They're being sought after in their daily life. They have plenty of opportunities. So just know that you're getting B-grade, if not Z-grade women, and you can see that very often. It's very common. And that's nothing to be angry at. And if you're a girl, get off that shit. Delete that shit. You do not need that. Okay, here's the biggest reason for men and women, but I really believe men mostly, is you guys are going on here and you're trying to shortcut the dating game. You're trying to find a shortcut into pussy. And there's a problem here because this points very clearly that you are not competent at getting puss in your local environment. It's really that simple. You're not competent. It's not that you don't have time. It's not that there's not enough places to meet women. It's that you have not figured out the skills. You have not developed yourself into the type of person, and that you possibly have a lot of weak parts of yourself as an individual that you continuously sweep under the rug. And instead of taking them out and having a good look at them, what you do is you just go on Tinder. You try to set up a profile picture. You try to put your best self out there. And then you never take a deeper look at yourself. And there's something very degrading about that, is when you set up these profile pictures and you leave all this stuff under the rug and you don't look at it, these things that you could be developing about yourself. You could lose weight. You could gain weight. You could have a little bit better style. You could try to be a little bit more open. You can actually try to socialize and go out there and actually meet people and do this damn thing like your father did. But instead you decide to, let me swipe a little bit every night. Let me see if I can get a match. And it's degrading. It's degrading when you find that you've swiped hundreds of times and every girl that you left a like on, where's her like back? Why aren't these girls responding to you? And so do not, it puts a dent in your confidence. It puts a dent in your self-esteem to even, this is my idea, is that like even putting a profile up, trying to do this is lowering my self-esteem, because you do not need that. Stop trying to put a shortcut to this sexual thing, to this process. You are limiting yourself and you're cutting yourself off from immense value and the development of skills that life will teach you. I mean, it's hard. It's anxiety when you have to go up to a girl that you've never met, you know nothing about, but something in your mind is like, she's beautiful, she looks cool, I'm attracted to her, I'm gonna go approach her, and you say hi. That takes balls. You gotta actually scoop your nuts. Okay, you gotta scoop your nuts, you gotta go up to, you have to face rejection. You don't get to just face rejection on a screen by, didn't respond, she left me on read, she didn't respond. That's child play, okay? You never have to face closing the deal, getting the number. These are valuable skills that go beyond just dating. This goes beyond just meeting the opposite sex. This goes into your life, man, your career. This calibrates you for the future. It makes you a freaking weapon. It socially calibrates you. And you miss all of that when you leave it to just a screen. You miss having to call her up. Okay? It's to start out with just a text. It's like, dude, you haven't even had to get a number. You haven't even had to call her up. You're missing out on setting up a date, learning leadership skills, picking the date, closing it, using some sort of humor, not coming off too strong. These are all things that teach you about yourself. They're a mirror. They give you feedback on how you are. Are you being a weirdo? Are you coming off too strong? And if you did come off too strong, then you go out and you try different next time, and you get better and better and better. You don't get that. You don't get that when you're on these apps. All you get is, maybe I should put a different picture. Maybe I should have a little bit of this better angle. Maybe my pickup line should be a little bit different. Maybe my entry should be a little bit more, that initial text that you send, that initial DM that you send should be a little bit more witty or something. And so it changes you. And I believe it was Henry David Thoreau that says, the path of least resistance makes all men crooked and some rivers. Makes all men and some rivers crooked. All right? So if you think about that, this path of least resistance in your life, it makes you crooked. Okay? It twists who you are. It puts a blanket on that fire in the belly. It stamps out your own personality. It actually hinders you from growing. Okay? It really does. It hinders you from growing into who you fully can be, into that weapon, into that unit of a man. So that's just my ideas. Again, if you don't agree with me, don't agree with me. But here are just a few thoughts that I've had. I've never used dating apps. I have downloaded Tinder years ago, just swiping, just kind of, because it was fun. That shit's addicting too, man. What do you're spending this time, this free time, swipe, 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 swipe. I mean, come on. You got to know that this is not good for you. And so I just say delete that shit. And I think that you'll be more likely to want to go out there, to socialize, to meet people, to make real connections, and you'll feel this immense power within your life. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.